In what now seems like a long ago time, before the phrase President-elect Donald Trump was even fathomable as fact, this piece on post-truth politics ran at the New York Times. And my immediate takeaway when I read it was that in the era of post-truth politics, we've reached a point where context doesn't matter. Now, this is a horrifying thought for me, and I presume for you as well. Context does matter, and any intimation that context doesn't matter feels like the start of a trip down a road to total non-communication. In politics or otherwise, this is not a trip you wish to take. Right now, the Facebook/context doesn't matter meme I've reposted here seems especially apropos. Facebook is a huge echo chamber. You hear almost exclusively the voices of people who think the same way you do. And while people who think like you do is by definition context itself, it's not really meaningful. You can hear those thoughts when you're alone. No other voices matter. There's no need for speaking. Mr. Trump's latest silliness on Twitter, claiming that millions of votes received by Hillary Clinton were fraudulent, is a great example. If you live on his side of the world, you very likely accept it as fact, even though it's not. Just as sadly, if you're anti-Trump, you likely would reject the idea, even if the facts backed it up. Now here's how deeply this context doesn't matter thing runs today. I've completely reconsidered what I wrote the morning after Donald Trump was elected president. Donald Trump has truly become the social media president, but whereas Barack Obama used social media to communicate actual policy and events, Donald Trump uses it merely to rant. The context doesn't matter. Actually, other than Donald Trump's ego is too large even for a president, there is no context. I mean none at all. Now here comes the business application, and I'm seriously creeping myself out right about now, so please bear with me. The second most popular article here is one I wrote in January 2011. It has nothing to do with business at all. I just come across a very sad story that was finding its way around the internet, and it struck me enough that I penned this story about the saddest suicide note ever. Over the entire 9-year life of Answer Guy Central, that story has garnered 10% of our traffic and has grown by almost 100% since last year, and had grown similarly each year since it was published, which means it gets read a lot, which means I want to find a way to capitalize on that traffic. Most simplistically, I could use that piece as a stellar example of search engine optimization. If you search Google for sad suicide note, well, there it'll be, and even if you search more broadly for the saddest thing you've ever read, that'll get you here too. But aside from us having stopped selling SEO services on a standalone basis a few years back, it seems incredibly maudlin to try and take advantage of this story in that way, unless I cave into that whole context doesn't matter thing. After all, context doesn't matter for the President-elect of the United States, so why should it matter for me? Well, both because I say yeah, it does matter, and because Donald Trump only bothers me more as time goes on, the answer is, it should, it does. It bothers me a lot. But man, it is quite a target. So I've come up with an answer. And if you visit that page, maybe you can figure out what it was. Or, if you prefer, you can rant at me by clicking right here. I'm the Answer Guy, and I'll be back.